6 brands that will inspire you to create better content. Part of being a great content marketer is keeping an eye on what other content marketers are doing. To predict the future, one starts with what has gone before. I'm a genuinely curious person, and fortunately, a big part of what I do involves researching and consuming a lot of content. When I'm doing concept work, I usually start by reviewing back through my files of saved content, campaigns, and ideas. If you don't have a commonplace book, then start now, because it will be the best resource you have for ideas and creating content. I operate a digital version using Pocket, Instapaper and Evernote. Inspiration can be found everywhere. A good idea will inspire you, whatever the medium. Instead of sharing the usual suspects of content that everyone else seems to share, I'm going to show you a few random examples of creative ideas, and some old ones, that will hopefully inspire you to create better content. If you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everyone else is thinking. Haruki Murakami. 1. Google. I know I said I was going to share random examples, but I had to start here because Google does produce some of the best content on the web. Well, they would, wouldn't they? I mean, all that money. Being minimalist is difficult because the more elements you remove from a page, the more the remaining ones have to justify their existence. I'm a huge fan of clean design. I like to see a strong concept elegantly executed. And Google is the master of elegant clean design. How search works. Sadly, the original piece of content on this page has changed. The animated infographic that used to be here inspired me to push my coders to create the best interactive work we could. And I can tell you that is hard. The existing page still is a perfect example of how to present a body of information so that the eye focuses on the content. Animated graphics in the unmistakable Big G style add interest to the page, generating a rich visual experience to keep the eye engaged. Google is also master at online typography, delivering the content with such impeccable spacing and balance of white that makes it easy to read. As someone who studied classic typography, unless you have tried to do this, you won't appreciate just how hard it is to do. Phishing quiz. An interactive quiz that walks you through how to avoid being scammed by phishing. Again, elegant design that highlights the key information and is intuitive to use. Too many interactive pages are confusing or rely on over-design to compensate for a weak concept and low-quality research. I see this all the time. Concept and quality of content are still paramount, and the technical structure of the content is essential to get a user to the page. But stage 2 of content marketing is to engage the user so they want to keep coming. For more on this story, visit the news article link.